Roger Duncan. They look more like a couple of kids than like chaperones.
Duncan's the only teacher in this school who makes Alice look mature.
Hey, what's the matter with him?
He's too groovy for his own good.
Well, maybe he tries a little too hard, but he's all right.
Tries hard? Honey, he is so in, he's out. Nobody calls me brother.
Thank you. Now, according to the Musicians Union and the child labor laws, the band had to take a break now. So you just have to settle for records by some inferior groups like Beatles, Stones, and other unknowns.
Now listen, about Duncan.
Let's drop it. I don't want to talk about him anymore.
Hey, who don't you want to talk about anymore?
Roger Duncan.
Oh, I think he's cute.
Cute?
The way he handles the students and everything. He never talks down to them. He always talks on their level.
He doesn't talk to them. He calls it rapping.
Still think he's cute. He reminds me of a Tiffany lamp.
I can't explain what you just said, but I think you're outnumbered.
I just don't understand what you don't like about him.
Whatever happened to the good old days when you could dislike whoever you wanted without an explanation? Let's dance.
Sure, brother.
So when's your next gig?
Well, it's been about another month now, you know.
Where are you?
It's down that street somewhere. You make a
Hey, what's
right.
happening, Dan?
You don't know
Right?
Well, it'll be about 7:38. If you want to, you can ride up with me.
Groovy dance, right?
Yeah, it's nice.
Hey, Richie, your band is really laying down some heavy sounds. Too much.
Well, we do our best.
I used to play in a band myself. In college, it was a pretty big group.
What you play?
Oh, well, a drum.
Oh, you play drums.
No, just drum. Bass drum. The Atlantic State University marching band. You know, half times. But we played some pretty groovy numbers.
I bet you cats spelled out some pretty heavy words.
No, I'll catch you later.
You know what bugs me?
What's that?
It's for a man old enough to be my father call me Dad.
What did you want to talk to me about?
Yes. Well, you seem like a very groovy chick, my kind of people, and, well, there's this Aretha Franklin concert next weekend.
Are you asking me to go with you?
Well, I guess so. Yes, in fact, that's what I'm doing.
I appreciate the fact that you're being so straightforward about it.
I like to be upfront.
I'm sorry, Roger, but Pete and I, sort of have a thing going.
Oh, I knew you two saw each other, but I didn't know you had a thing going. Hey, I wouldn't want Pete to think I'm trying to move in on his woman.
Oh, I'm sure he won't.
Oh, I better have a talk with him anyway, man to man.
It doesn't matter, really. I don't think it's necessary.
No, it's best to be upfront.
Richie, if you ever need another singer for your group, I'm available.
I remember that. The fellas in my group got to play something, too.
Well, I have been known to play a little guitar.
The next time I schedule an audition, I'll let you know.
Hey, brother, can I see you for a minute?
Yeah, what is it, Doctor? Excuse me.
Pete, I just stepped on your turf, man. I gotta tell it like it is.
Turf? What turf?
I just asked Liz for a date. I didn't know you two had a thing going. You're not mad, are you?
Is she going out with you?
No.
Then I'm not mad.
Hey, you're beautiful. Hey, listen, maybe you know a chick you could fix me up with.
No, sorry.
Well, maybe a girl from your neighborhood. Do you have a sister?
No, I don't. But I do know a chick. Just what you're looking for, and she digs you.
Really? No kidding.
And you could probably take her home right after the dance.
She's here. You mean she teaches here? Oh, I got it. What's her name? The black studies teacher?
She's right over there.
Alice. But she's, great. Groovy? No, thanks.
Anytime, brother.
What are you doing?
Frisking you for pot. I know all about you musicians. I used to play drum myself.
I don't smoke pot.
Oh, come on. You can be straight with me. That's the cool part about chaperoning these gigs. Anything I find, I can keep.
I bet you really do. Wow, you're really a groovy teacher. I mean, you're the only teacher in school who's turned on and tuned in.
One more time.
The opposing armies stood facing each other. Then they just fired away, point blank. That's one of the reasons the British were defeated. It seems as though the American revolutionaries didn't play fair. They hid behind rocks, trees, or whatever they could find.
You mean them dudes invented guerrilla warfare?
Not exactly. It was a little trick they picked up from the Indians.
That's something the Indians live to regret.
Pete, can I talk to you a minute? I've just heard something about the dance Friday night, and if it's true, we're going to have to get chaperones for the chaperones.
What do you mean?
Our little old pot smoker, Duncan. Is it true he was asking kids for marijuana?
Oh, no. He was just joking with the kid. I don't think the kid took him serious. Just showing off. You know how he is.
Well, that's what I thought. He's not really the type to be a hothead. I've seen him get giggly sucking on a menthol cough drop. But I'm still going to have a little talk with him for his own good. He'd be in real trouble if anybody believed him.
Not much worry about that.
Why would you tell kids that you smoke marijuana? You don't, do you?
No, I don't. Honest. If you don't believe me, you can look at my eyes.
Oh, I don't want to look in your eyes. But why would you say that to a kid?
I was just kidding. A friendly joke.
Look, these kids have plenty of friends. What they need are teachers. Teachers they can look up to.
I'm sorry if I did anything wrong. I didn't mean to.
Well, don't say it like that. You make me feel like a rat.
I'm sorry. You're just doing your job.
Look, Duncan, please, don't let this happen again. If a thing like this ever gets back to the school board or the parents, you might not only lose your job, you might find it very difficult to get another one.
Now, this is a class on government, dig? But the heaviest thing I can impress on you is that government isn't something that can't change. It changes as the times and the peoples need change. That's why it's so important for us to understand what laws are being passed. Now, just because we make a law doesn't mean it's a groovy thing. Prohibition. Man, prohibition is the classic example. It caused crime. I mean, it was against the law to take a drink. Can you dig it?
Dig it. Groovy, heavy, man. Wow.
Let's put him on. Mr. Duncan,
Yes?
are we having prohibition right now?
What do you mean?
Well, it seems like the marijuana laws are the same thing.
Oh, no, you're not going to drag me into that one, man.
Why not? You said law affects us all. Why can't we discuss it? It's our right.
Well, to be really upfront, I'm in hot water with the administration right now about my liberal thinking.
About marijuana laws?
I'll plead the fifth on that one. It strikes pretty close to home.
Hey, Mr. Duncan. Are you telling us that you turn on?
I didn't say that.
I didn't think so.
Now, I didn't say I did or if I didn't. Let me put it this way. It's cool to do your own thing, but it's not always cool to talk about it. Are you hip? Now, let's get back to what we were rapping about. If a law isn't cool, what
Let me
can
have one
we
of your
do about it?
sunglass cleaner things, okay?
What are you going to do with that?
The biggest put on
No,
of
you're
all.
wrong, man. The individual
What are you
citizen-
doing?
They give Mr. Duncan his first marijuana cigarette.
Oh, man, you crazy. First place to look. Ben, I gotta talk to you. What's wrong? Oh, nothing. Nothing? You come in here shaking like a turkey on Thanksgiving and nothing's wrong.
Pete, I have a problem. Sometimes I'm just too groovy for my own good.
Is that right?
I'm in a weird position. One of my students just gave me a marijuana cigarette. Don't you want to know who?
Okay, who?
I don't know who.
Duncan. Oh, Duncan.
Well, I think I know, but I'm not sure. I just found it laying on my desk. Oh, wow. I remember when they used to give teachers an apple.
Where is it?
Well, I hid it. It's locked in my desk. Nothing like this ever happened to me before. It's a trip.
Just calm down now. Take it easy. Now, why did the student give you marijuana?
How would I know?
Get off it. There had to be a reason.
Okay, I was talking about prohibition, and the kids compared it to marijuana laws.
Duncan, you didn't say you smoked marijuana again.
Of course not. But it's possible they got that impression.
They didn't get that impression unless you gave it to them. How can you be so stupid? Mr. Kaufman just got through chewing you out for that.
No harm was done. And come on, man, we both know there's nothing wrong with marijuana.
You know that, but I don't. Besides, the kid can go to jail for 2 years for using it.
Ah, the marijuana laws are way out of line.
Tell that to a kid who's sitting in jail and see if it makes him feel any better.
Look, brother.
And you call me brother one more time and I'll... Look, you don't encourage your students to drink, do you?
No.
Or smoke cigarettes?
No.
Or take tranquilizers?
No.
Well, then it follows that you shouldn't encourage them to smoke grass.
But I didn't encourage them.
You set the example. What happens if one of them tries it because you said you tried it? Suppose he gets busted and goes to jail. How cool do you think you'll be then, Mr. Duncan? How cool?
Not very cool. Pete, what should I do?
You've got two choices. You can take that cigarette, throw it away, and forget about the whole thing. Or go to Mr. Kaufman, tell him what happened, and hope he doesn't fire you.
I hate multiple choice.
I can't tell you what to do. That's something you'll just have to work out for yourself.
Okay. I'll do it.
Do what?
I'll take the marijuana out of my desk. Then I'll either take it to Kaufman or throw it away.
strange bookmark you use, Mr. Duncan. The other teacher who shares your classroom was looking for some papers in your desk and found that. Now, I want to know where you got that, and I want to know now.
I can explain it.
I hope so. Because despite the fact that you pretend to be some kind of a hippie pothead, I sort of like you. I think you're a good teacher.
Thank you.
Don't thank me. I may have to fire you.
You mean that rumor is true?
He's in Kaufman's office now.
Who's in Kaufman's office?
Mr. Duncan.
Mr. Duncan? In Mr. Kaufman's office? Why? Who'd be knocking at the door of the teacher's lounge?
Somebody who's not a teacher. Come in. It's all right, Bernie. Come on in.
Bernie, aren't you supposed to be in class now?
I ditched it. I had to find out if the rumor about Mr. Duncan is true.
Well, he's in talking to Mr. Kaufman, if that's what you mean.
It's about some marijuana, isn't it?
Marijuana? Well, he wouldn't use marijuana.
What do you know about this, Bernie?
It's not marijuana.
See?
How do you know that?
Because I put it on his desk. It's just some pencil shavings rolled up in a piece of paper. I didn't mean to get him in trouble.
Why'd you do it?
The class was putting him on. We got him talking about marijuana because we knew he tried to act cool and hip. But everybody knows he's a phony.
And you left it on his desk as part of your big put-on. You're really a gas, Bernie.
Everybody puts him on, Mr. Dixon. Even you. Remember when you put him on at the dance?
Yeah, I did. I guess I can be pretty funny, too.
Bernie, why don't you go back to class now? I'll give you a note to get in.
Boy, this is the first time I've ever been in the teacher's lounge. It sure isn't much.
There is only one way you can get off the hook. Tell me who did it.
I can't. I told you I don't know.
But you must have a pretty good idea.
I think I know. I'm not sure.
Who?
I have no proof. I can't accuse a kid who may be innocent just to get my head off the chopping block. I'm not that irresponsible.
Excuse me.
Pete, did it ever occur to you to knock on the door so I can tell you not to come in?
This the evidence?
Yes, please.
I don't think Mr. Duncan can get into too much trouble for the possession of pencil shavings.
Pencil shaving.
Pencil shavings?
They do look... How did you know?
The kid who left it on his desk told me. It was a put-on, a practical joke.
A joke?
Oh, boy, some joke. Well, I guess that clears that up. Duncan, I hope I don't have to say stop this nonsense or that's going to be it.
Can I go now?
Yes. Now, which kid did it? He's going to spend the rest of his life in detention.
Don't punish the kid. I did it to myself.
What's the matter with him? Sounds like he wished it was marijuana.
In a way, I think he did. You want to talk about it?
The whole class was in on it. They set me up. The kids saw it, and I didn't realize it till right now. But I'm a phony.
Sometimes you come on like one.
Wow, I am a phony.
You don't have to be. You have an option. You can be honest. Not up front, not telling it like it is. Just honest.
I can't go back to that classroom.
Those kids aren't putting you down.
Oh, they're not, huh?
They're putting down that character you've been playing, Mr. Hip, the one who they don't like. Give it a try. You can be pretty understanding if you give him a chance.
Have you ever been in a position like this?
No.
Then how do you know what it's like?
Duncan.
Just quit following me, will you? I'd like to be able to go where I'm going by myself.
Where are you going?
I don't know.
Good morning. Would you please take your seats? I think most of you know me. I'm Mr. Dixon. A substitute teacher is coming, so I'll only be here a few minutes.
Where's Mr. Duncan?
He won't be here today. Look, I think there's something I should talk to all of you about.
Why isn't Mr. Duncan here? They didn't fire him, did they?
No, they didn't.
We all feel bad about what happened.
Well, I think there's something you should know. Mr. Duncan could have gotten himself off the hook by telling which student was responsible for that little joke. He had an idea, but he didn't want to get anybody in trouble. He didn't even mention the fact that all of you had something to do with it.
I'll handle it from here on, Mr. Dixon. I decided I wasn't sick after all. I just had a case of the 24-hour cold feet. Hey, that was supposed to be a joke. I'm trying to show you I could put myself on, too.
I'm glad you're back.
You were telling the kids what a hero I am. Well, I want to set that straight. I wasn't being heroic or noble. I wasn't sure who gave me the stuff, and that's why I didn't name anyone. If I had known, I don't know what I might have done. Now, Pete, if you don't mind, wish you'd get out of here. I'd like to get this class started.
Take care.
You all made one very serious mistake yesterday. You know what that mistake was? You should have stuck around to catch the expression on my face when I found that thing. When I saw that, I almost died of terminal fear. I just knew that 96 policemen were gonna bust in that door any second.
Do you really think he's changed?
Well, his students seem to have a lot more respect for him. He hasn't called me brother all week.
Who are you talking about, Duncan?
He's been a different person lately.
I wonder if he's different or if he's just gone underground. His copy of You Gotta Have Soul is 3 weeks overdue at the library.
Hey, here's an item of interest. Remember that time when a lot of people were smoking banana peelings?
You know, what are they smoking now, apple cores?
No. Pencil shavings.